Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. As you can see, our 60 Series Landcruiser is back in the shop. So it's been about 2 weeks since the last time we saw it.
Nope.
And we now have all of our parts. We've got a U-bolt flip, we've got some center pins. If you remember last time, we had the wrong leaf springs, the diesel leaf springs. So we've got to pull a leaf out in order to get the proper spring rate. We got way too much droop right now, and we got new center pins with longer spacers so that our pinion angle shims will work properly, and we can put our shocks on. I got work to do. Alright guys, so here's what we're doing. We're taking the third leaf, because the second one has a military wrap, and it's hanging here. We're taking the third leaf out to drop the spring rate down so that the front end will come down. Now our vendor sent us, I ordered new center pins and spacers to allow for the new leaf package, for lack of a better term. So bolt here, spacer here. Except they sent me one, not one pair. Luckily, I got a bunch of crap here. So I think our factory takeout center pin bolts are good, and then I found this spacer. This is the one that came with this new center pin right here. I found this spacer in my box mystery, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to hog it out so that it will fit underneath here, and it'll do the thing and the deal. So we're going to be using our little mini lathe. Yet again, coming in clutch. Those things are solid. I mean, you wouldn't think it would be super handy, but as much random crap as I have to like face off and shorten and spin to polish and all that crap, I think is awesome. So I'm gonna make that, and we'll get this thing put back together. All right, gang. So I went ahead and got the driver's side done, just to knock it out and make sure everything worked off camera. Let me show y'all what's going on right here. So I've already pulled the bolts out of the self-aligning brackets. We've pulled the center pin. I got a welding clamp holding the leaves together. So we're going to pull this apart slowly and not kill ourselves. There's really not much pressure on it, but you don't want to just let it rip. So you just kind of take the pressure off, hold it with one hand. This all comes out. I'll pull this leaf. All this can sit. There we go, right there. All that can sit right there. We'll get our clamp. That'll hold it in place. My money don't jiggle jiggle. So that holds everything together. Great. About like that. Nope. Wrong size. You don't want to use the bolt to necessarily like pull it together. You want to use the clamp to take most of the load. Otherwise you'll blow the threads out. There we go. Alright. So I'll throw the cross bolts back in, mock everything up, and then I'll show you guys how we put the U-bolt flip kit in and why. Okay, so I want to show you guys a little bit about U-bolt flip kits. The reason you want to do a U-bolt flip kit is to get the studs and the threaded ends pointed up instead of down, dragging in the dirt. Look here, the bottom, now we have to cut this off, but the bottom of this is slick. Whereas before, you would have U-bolts hanging down, you know, an inch or two, even with just the nuts, and have them cut off pretty flush. But this way, when you're going over rocks and stuff, you know, your threads aren't getting all jacked up, so you can take the thing back apart if you need to. Of course, U-bolts should never be reused once they've been torqued and driven on. If you're using them for mock-up purposes, that's great, but you know, no problem there. But you don't want to reuse U-bolts. If you look in the rear, we've got the same thing. Did U-bolt flip kit. I have not trimmed these off yet, obviously, but you wouldn't want all this hanging down underneath, catching in the rocks. So that is the reason for U-bolt flip kits. Next thing, we got shocks to hang. Yeah. Some super sweet remote resi boys. And then I got a bunch of steering linkage, and there's a whole bunch of leftover junk, and the U-bolts we didn't use. So I'll just let Robert keep all that if he wants it. We got tie rods and ball and these joints and all these things and all these parts. But yeah, of course, I got a feeling we don't really have four-wheel driven yet. That's all right, we'll fix that too. All right, so we got the front suspension all put together. You guys check this out. Resis are hanging loose because I have got to put the wheel on and figure out where the swing of the tire is. I think the resis are going to mount in this vicinity, right about here. But I want to make sure that's not going to have a tire clearance problem. New tie rod ends, drag link, stabilizer, tighten that. All this is loose here. You guys here, all this is from 555. High quality Japanese stuff. Other thing we need to do is the bumper. So with the Mana-Free shackle reversal kit on here, it adds this like 3/16 thickness, and it throws these bolt holes, so you guys can see that. It throws these bolt holes out of whack. So I gotta open those up in the bumper bracket. Not the bumper. We got bumpers going on this thing, but they're not here yet. So we'll get to that point later. I am a little concerned with drive shaft. As you can tell, she's just, you know, chilling, which is lame. But we'll figure it out. Today is Sunday, the day before Memorial Day, and tomorrow, Memorial Day Monday, is the big annual car show at our local Chevy dealer. It's a big deal, a bunch of people there. They have all those hail tents, so everybody loves it because it's in the shade all day long. So we're going to try to take this guy tomorrow, and hopefully you guys will see it in the next video, but I think Jay is going to bring the bus from Bahio Sunglasses. So he's in town. We built the bus about a year ago, and so yeah, I'm going to get these wheels mounted, get it on the ground, see where they swing, make sure we got bump and clearance and all that fun stuff. Let's see how this front ride height worked out, and we'll go from there. Okay, well, so I know these are diesel springs. We've talked about that, and then we pulled a leaf out. But apparently you could put a frickin' 12 valve in this thing with these springs. I'm 235, 240 pounds, and yeah, I don't know. Maybe we'll pull another leaf. Like, not only is the height huge, but the ride quality is going to suffer. Like, this thing's going to ride like a brick. Well, come on down here with me and let's have a look. So here's the plan. The first leaf, obviously, or the first two have what's called the military wraps. There's nothing we can do about that. This leaf has this locating bracket on it, so we don't want to do anything there. If we go down to the fifth remaining leaf, it's got a locating bracket in the rear, and then we got this little guy right here, which ain't really going to do a whole lot, but you want him to support the load across the rest. So we're going to take this guy out. We already took out the third, which would have been above this one, and now we're going to take out what was the fifth. Definitely nothing detrimental about this, but hopefully it'll get us enough squish in the front where this thing will come down. We just got all the, of course the fenders in the rear are a little lower, but still, you can see it. You can see it in the roof. I don't know if you guys can see from here, but it's just too high. Yeah, there you go. You can see it. I can actually move it now. Yeah, it came down. Three-quarters of an inch, maybe? I mean, that's a big difference. There it is. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Also looks like it's leaning to the driver's side real bad. Which is weird because these springs are left and right specific. 40, we'll call it 41. Jesus. How is there an inch difference left to right? $39. $40. How is the passenger side an inch higher than the driver's side? Alright, so we've made our adjustments and now we are back on the ground. Pulled the front bumper off so I can slot the holes, oblong the holes to make the front bumper line up, so we'll be ready to go. It's about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. We're going to try to get this thing where it is drivable enough to take it to town tomorrow. We're not going very far, just a couple miles up the road to the Chevy dealership. So, good shakedown ride. All the hard parts are tight. I got the reservoirs mounted and the hoses routed away so they don't get tangled up in anything. Let's go see if we can get these front leaves to settle a little bit. I still think they're too damn stiff, to be honest with you. Alright, so we're kind of doing one of our final shakedown drives for our customer's 84 Landcruiser 60 Series. I took it to the car show Memorial Day weekend at the local Chevy dealer. Got a lot of great feedback on it, man. That was a lot of fun. Rowan, you took your car. Did you have a good time?
I had a great time. It was a very nice day.
It was a very nice day. It was hot, but it was cool. We also brought out the Bahio bus. Shout out to Bahio Glasses. And had the big Batwing awning, and we cooked hamburgers for people, hot dogs for people, and no, dude, it was a good day. It was a good show. If you're in the Burleson area around Memorial Day, the Memorial Day show is always a hit. So, customer has asked us to go ahead and kind of tidy up where we're at on things. We're going to take a break from making modifications, and we're going to get it back in probably in a couple of months. It just needs more brake. There's a brake upgrade to be done. There's a power steering pump upgrade that can be done. Probably ought to do that. The big mud terrains, you know, they need more brake. We need to re-gear, and we've got a Holly Sniper system and a 42-gallon LRA tank that are going to be going in this thing. But like I said, our customer asked us to kind of hold off for a little while. He's going to cruise it around a little bit like this, run some fuel through this carburetor because it's a little finicky right now. It's getting better the more we drive it, but it's just, oh, hey, that was me. It's just a cool old rig. It's kind of gutless, but it sure gets a lot of looks, and I like driving it. It really runs pretty good. We've got the front drive shaft out of it. It's out to be custom rebuilt, and so once that comes in, we'll install that and we'll get it back to our customer. And once we get it back to him, he's just going to cruise it a little on the weekends, and then when he's ready, we've got parts on the way already. It took like 4 months to get that fuel tank from Australia, so it's supposed to ship out to me in about 2 weeks, so we'll have it soon. All right, so stay tuned for more on this 60 Series Landcruiser. We look forward to bringing you more work when the customer's ready and we get the videos uploaded, and we'll see you on the next one.